creatures. Today I want to tell you a story, and then I want to share with you some amazing news. If you follow me over on my Instagram, you'll know that I share a lot. I could be classed as an oversharer. But when I started my channel, I pledged to myself I would be upfront and honest. I would share with you my triumphs and my successes, as well as things that don't always go so well. And one of the things in my life that probably went as disastrous as is possible for anything to go disastrous was the beginning of 2020, when I finally left my awful, very abusive nightmare of a marriage. Now, I don't want to dwell on that too much because that's not what this video is about. We want to stay in the positive here today because there's a lot of positive in this video. But I want to take us back to the beginning of 2020. I think it's safe to say that 2020 was a very difficult year for everyone. We were living in unprecedented times. We faced challenges that we didn't think we would ever have to face in our lifetimes. And for me, the very beginning of 2020, right before the lockdown, I left the person I thought I was going to be spending the rest of my life with. Now, that was a good thing. What was not so much of a good thing is that the circumstances under which I left, I was flat broke. When I say I maxed out every single one of my credit cards to help the person that I thought that I was going to spend the rest of my life with, I mean I couldn't have withdrawn $1 if I wanted to. And when I had to leave, when I had to get myself to safety, and when I had somebody amazing, you guys know Kate now, by now, I had nothing. I had to borrow from my parents in order to get a U-Haul to take my animal enclosures, the few things that I would need for me to start over in Colorado. Everything else I left behind. I didn't want to take anything else because I didn't want anything that had the essence of my previous life. I wanted to start again fresh, and I did start again fresh. And for a couple of months things were really, really tough. I lived off of these protein shake packs that I ordered probably about a year before I left. So beginning of 2019, I ordered a bunch of protein shakes that I never drank. They were really good. Eventually one day I might talk about them, but that was what I lived off of for a while because I had no money, and any money that was coming in had to go to feed my animals. The reason why this is important is because I only had the enclosures that I could fit in Kate's car, or rather the car we hired to get me to safety. And when I came to Colorado and started again from scratch, I was very ashamed of the enclosure setup that I had. You might even see it in some of the videos when I first moved here. I was working with what I had, and I had less than nothing. I was too proud and too mentally cloudy to even consider going to anyone and just saying, you know, please can I borrow money for an enclosure? Or I think at one point I asked my parents for the equivalent of $50 so I could get some groceries. That was a low point. That was a low point I didn't think I'd ever be at. But by far the most difficult part was feeling like I wasn't providing my animals with the best. And I'm going to try not to get too emotional here because, like I said, there's a lot of positive in this video I want to share with you. But I did not feel like I was giving my animals the best. They were going to have the best, and I would make sure that that would happen. I didn't know how, but I was like, if I have to work hard, whatever I have to do, I want to make sure that I can give my animals enclosures and food, everything that they need that I can be proud of, because that's what I've built my entire online self on, is encouraging people to do the best for their animals. And as much as I did have to focus on myself because there was so much pain and so much healing that had to happen, every time I came down to the office space and looked at my animals, with the exception of my ferrets, I just felt tremendous sadness because I'd taken away my animals from the enclosures that they used to have, which were better than the travel enclosures that I brought them over in, which they were not adequate. I'm not going to beat around the bush, they were not adequate, but it's the best that I had at the time. And I've always been very ferociously independent. It is very difficult for me to ask anybody for anything. I remember previously, the last time I had that little money, I used to go down to my local train station. I used to live near Golders Green Station in London, and they had these ticket machines before Oyster cards came into effect, and I used to find, like, you know, 2p coins and 20p coins, and I remember once being so broke back in my acting days that I managed to get a couple of pence, which is like a couple of cents, together to buy the only thing that I could buy, which was tinned mushrooms in water. And when my friends found out that I was eating literally tinned mushrooms in water out of a can, they invited me around and they fed me. But obviously any friend would do that for their friend, but I have difficulty, like I have pride issues, and if I can't provide for myself or my animals or my family, I feel rotten. So I felt rotten. And at one point I realized I am not making videos anymore. This was about the summer, but actually early spring, early summer, late spring, early summer actually, when I realized I was avoiding making videos because I felt like a fraud. How can I make videos and almost preach to people what I think is the best animal care when my animals don't have that? So I reached out to a company who I had seen around. It was Reptilian Garden had posted a video a couple of months before, and I was like, what enclosures are these? I like these. I like these a lot. And I started following them on Instagram, and it was a new company called Zen Habitats, and I was like, this is awesome. And I reached out to them and I offered a kind of exchange of services. Something that influencers sometimes do is they will do, say, product for post, or sometimes they will do sponsorship deals or brand integrations, and I reached out to Zen and I explained that I was interested in their products, and we came to our own agreement. And when I received these enclosures, I fell in love. Like, if you can fall in love with a product or a brand, I fell in love with the product. I created a review for them, tested the product, I put them up, and little by little, just talking more and more to the team, it wasn't just the enclosures that I fell in love with, but also the team, because they're good people, really good people. And I just developed this wonderful relationship with the CEOs and creators of Zen Habitats, who are just marvelous people. And I explained to them, you know, kind of what I'd been through, and why their enclosures meant so much to me. I actually remember getting kind of emotional and telling the CEO, Randy, one of the CEOs, that the enclosures just, they made me feel proud again. So that was an emotional moment for me. And just, you know, we continued talking, and I started sharing more about my story and where I want to be in a couple of years' time, and Randy and the team were really amazing at sharing with me their story, how they started, and sort of the message behind why they started and how they've grown, and the love that's gone into their products. And I just was like, mind blown. And that was a big part of when my brain started to switch on again in the summer. You know, I've said that a few times on my Instagram. If you follow me, you know I share a lot on my Instagram. And it was late spring, early summer of 2020 that my brain kind of switched on again. It was processing and healing from a lot of trauma. And Zen really gave me a focus. It kind of sparked in me inspiration. You know, something I don't know if I've shared on this channel necessarily, but something I'm very interested in is pet product. It's a part of what I do. In the past I've reviewed pet products. I'm currently writing for my upcoming blog about various pet products in various genres, from dogs, cats, even horses, and it's something that I'm interested in for myself. I've kind of experimented and dipped my feet in the ocean of manufacturing and bringing products to market, and I've done this through collaborations like my honeybee necklace that I created with Ana Luisa, which sold out in under 24 hours worldwide, which was insane. And then also to an extent with my book Animal Kind, which was a #1 bestseller in multiple categories for a number of weeks, which still blows my mind. And on the subject of Animal Kind, I might have some news there as well in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. But I have an interest in wanting to create my own products. I can't tell you how closely I followed the now infamous Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star collaboration on their palette launch, because just what goes into creating a product is a mystery to me. I don't have a background in product design or manufacturing, and it's something that I want to do. It's something I want so much for Emzotic. I don't want Emzotic just to be a YouTube channel with a couple of videos. I want a brand. I want to create amazing products for you. I want to, in my own way, make a contribution to the pet product scene, because you know that the biggest delight in my life is being a pet parent, and I know for many of you share that. So I want to sort of flex and stretch my creative wings and my marketing wings, and I've been doing that little by little over the years. And this is something that Zen Habitats kind of got a little taste of, and they approached me and said, you know, we might be expanding to other territories. Do you know anybody who might be interested in stocking for us? And I was like, yeah, you know, I've got a wide network of people, so I'll put you in touch. And I told like 1 or 2 trusted people at the time. They're like, Em, what are you doing? You should be charging, you know, as a consultant. And I just thought, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I believe in this product so much. I want it accessible to so many people that that's not what this is about. So we tried a couple of different people that we thought would be suitable to stock Zen Habitats, but in the end we just thought, you know, why have a middleman when the company can just be set up somewhere else? I'm putting it in very, very basic terms there, but in short, Zen were going to need somebody in these new territories to essentially run the show of releasing the product to the public, and marketing, and knowing the product and loving the product and sharing that with people. And they asked me, and I said, guess I'll think about it. And no, I was like, yeah. So that is kind of my news in a roundabout way. I am the new VP of Sales and Marketing for one of their new territories, which is up and coming. But I'm really, really excited. Really excited. And actually, hello, Zen Habitats merch that I'm rocking right here. I guess I don't have to cover up the logo anymore now that I've told you the big news. So not only am I going to be Emzotic, and I'm not only going to just be doing animal education and guest speaking and writing books and writing my blog and also now helping to spearhead the successful, hopefully, release of Zen Habitats in the UK territory, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of learning, because like I said before, I have goals and aspirations. I've got things I want to achieve, and I want to bring my own products to the market, but I don't know how. I have been taking courses, I've been listening to audiobooks, I've been watching YouTube videos, but there's nothing like actually doing. You know, I'm a kinetic learner. There's nothing like actually doing a job and living a job to really learn. And something that I spoke to Randy, one of the founders and the CEO of Zen Habitats, about is the things that I want to achieve. And he and his wife Heidi, who's also CEO of Zen Habitats, have just been so supportive, and you'd think that would be counterintuitive, like, you know, can Em actually take all this on? But they've never given me cause for even thinking that, or that they've been concerned in any way, and they've always maintained, if I have a question about business or manufacturing or anything else, I can ask them. Not only do I feel valued and trusted, but I also feel like my future also matters to Zen Habitats. Even my future outside of Zen Habitats matters to them. They care so much about me and my story, where I've been and where I'm going, that they're willing to help me fast track my learning. You know, whilst I'm helping them, they're helping me in so many ways. And that's why I really wanted to make just a dedicated video to share that with you, because there's so much joy in that. That's so rare to find a team of people who you not only think are fantastic, they're great people you get along with, got a great product that you believe in, but also to feel supported that you're going to be learning new things that is going to help you achieve your dreams and goals. I mean, that is just a boss move from Zen Habitats. It truly, truly is. So I'm gaining a chance to expand my knowledge, to learn about things that are going to help me in the future, to help me achieve more goals, to share something I'm so passionate about with you and with the world. And in exchange, Zen Habitats is getting an overcompensated apprentice, technically. but it's just given me so much joy and so much to look forward to, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. You know, I feel like I'm closing one chapter and I'm opening a new one where I'm going to be learning so much. And don't worry, it's not going to take me away from Emzotic in any way. It's just adding to my knowledge, my internal happiness, and feeling like I'm learning and giving value to people. So that's my news. It's exciting news. I've wanted to share it now for a couple of weeks. I haven't found the words, but now I've found the words. Many words. And I wanted to share that with you. And I know so many of you are really interested in the pet industry. That's a huge passion of mine. And if you wanted to, because I know a lot of you will also be thinking about bringing your own products to market sometime, there is a great mini series on Zen Habitats called Zen Habitats From Conception to Reality, where the CEO and founder Randy Williams talks about how they created Zen, some of the difficulties they encountered along the way, you know, finding a manufacturer, creating a site that can actually support sales, and he's sharing knowledge that people would pay big money for. So if you want to go and check that out, I'll link the series down below. But I hope that you can enjoy this happy news with me. I know for some it might not seem like a big deal, but for me it is. You know, to go through having literally nothing to finding less than nothing, really, to finding a place where I can feel happy and belonging and excited and motivated again, and to feel like I'm doing a really good job. Everyone wants to feel they're doing a good job. Is special to me, and I'm not taking a second of it for granted, because I know what the opposite feels like. So if you want to do me a huge favor, if you want to be a part of me on this journey, feel free to go and show some love to Zen Habitats over on their Instagram or over on their YouTube. They have a YouTube channel which has just wonderful content on it, so feel free to check them out. I will link them, and I hope that you are as excited about this news as I am. I wanted to share it with you. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't share some amazing news with you. Next week we'll go back to regular scheduled content, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore. So if you're still watching, thank you for staying with me and being part of this amazing news. And What's up creatures, it's Em. I'm a former zookeeper, a digital animal educator and the VP of Sales and Marketing for Zen Habitats in the up and coming UK territory. And I will see you in another video soon.